everyone, and welcome. Today, we're going to talk about a fabric that is, let's be honest, a total lifesaver in the summer. You know the one. It's crisp, it's super light, and when it's just scorching hot outside, it feels like you're wearing your own personal air conditioner. Yep, you guessed it. We are talking all about linen. I mean, have you ever really stopped to think about it? You step outside on one of those crazy hot, humid Indian summer days. Maybe you're in the dry heat of Delhi or a sticky afternoon in Mumbai. But somehow, that linen shirt or kurta you're wearing just feels perfect, cool, comfortable. Well, there's actually a fascinating reason for that, a mix of science and some seriously ancient history. And today, we're going to get into all of it. So, what's the secret sauce? Well, here's what we've got lined up. First, we'll dive into why it's pretty much the ultimate summer fabric. Then we're going to take a trip way back in time, like thousands of years, to see where it came from. After that, we'll look at the incredible process of turning a humble plant into this amazing fiber. We'll uncover its natural superpowers, the science bit. And finally, we'll bring it all back to today and see why this ancient material is still a must-have in our closets. Okay, so let's jump right in with that feeling, that cool, comfortable feeling. What is it that really makes linen the absolute champion of hot weather clothing? Well, at its heart, linen is totally natural. It's a fiber that comes straight from the stem of the flax plant. And that's where it gets that signature crisp, smooth texture. See, unlike a lot of softer fabrics that cling to you, linen has this unique, kind of rigid structure. It doesn't stick to your skin, which lets air flow right through. But, and this is the cool part, the story of this plant, it goes way, way back, much further than you might think. And when I say it goes back, I'm not talking about a few hundred years. No, we are talking thousands of years. Linen is actually one of the oldest fabrics humans have ever made. Seriously. Just think about this. In ancient Egypt, linen wasn't just something you wore. It was literally considered treasure. We're talking about a fabric used to dress pharaohs. It was used for their sacred burial shrouds because it was seen as a symbol of purity, of light, and of incredible wealth. This was the real deal, the fabric of gods and kings. And you can see just how epic that journey is right here. It all starts way back, around 5000 BCE in ancient Egypt. From there, it slowly spreads all across Europe. Fast forward to the 1700s, and you've got places like Ireland and Belgium becoming famous for making the best linen in the world. And even today, all these thousands of years later, it's still a global symbol of a premium, high-quality, and sustainable fabric. So that's the big question, right? How do you get this beautiful, luxurious fabric from what is, essentially, a simple plant? Well, the process is pretty amazing. It's this incredible craft that's been perfected over centuries. Okay, first, a little bit of vocabulary. Linen is what's called a bast fiber. Now, that sounds technical, but all it really means is that the fibers we use aren't fluffy little balls like you see on a cotton plant. Instead, they're these long, strong, kind of woody strands that run up and down the entire stem of the flax plant. And getting them out? That's a whole other story. It's a very hands-on, traditional process. So here's how it works. First, they harvest the plant by pulling it up from the roots, not cutting it. That keeps the fibers as long as possible. Next up is a process called retting, which is basically just soaking the stems in water so the outer part starts to rot and separate naturally. After that, it's time for scutching, where they literally break away all the woody bits. And finally, they comb the raw fibers over and over to get them all clean and smooth, ready to be spun into thread. As you can tell, it's a ton of work, which helps explain why linen has always been so precious. All right, so let's circle back to where we started. What are these superpowers that make linen so amazing in the heat? This is where the science of the fiber gets really, really cool. You know, the easiest way to get it is to put it head-to-head with cotton, which, let's face it, is a fabric we all know and love in India. Right off the bat, linen is way stronger and more durable. But here's the game changer for summer. Both fabrics are great at absorbing moisture, but linen dries out so much faster. And think about the feel. Cotton is soft, but it can also feel warm and clingy. Linen, on the other hand, is crisp and always feels cool when you touch it. So let's just run down that list of superpowers. 1. It's way stronger than cotton. 2. It absorbs moisture like a champ and dries super fast, which is perfect for wicking away sweat. 3. It's a great heat conductor, which means it literally pulls heat away from your body, making you feel cooler. It's even naturally resistant to bacteria. And yeah, of course, there's the famous one, it wrinkles. Because it has very little stretch, it wrinkles easily. But you know what? A lot of people say that's just part of its charm, that relaxed, effortless look. So you've got this incredible history. You've got this amazing science. But what does it all mean for us today? How does this ancient fabric fit into our modern world? Let's dive into that. If you look at where linen is used today, it's mostly in two big areas. No surprise, the bigger chunk, about 65%, is for summer clothing. We're talking shirts, trousers, dresses, all the stuff we need to survive the heat. The other 35% or so goes into really high-quality things for the home, like amazing bed sheets and tablecloths, the kind of stuff that can actually last for generations. So here's the real takeaway. It's that unique mix of being super strong and durable while also having those natural cooling powers that makes linen so special. It feels premium, but it's also incredibly practical. It's like an investment in comfort that's built to last. And the crazy thing is, it actually gets softer and better the more you wash it. And that really brings us to a final big idea. Just think about it for a second. We have a fabric that comes from a plant that doesn't need perfect soil, uses way less water than something like cotton, and it's completely biodegradable. When you put the whole story together, from the tombs of Egyptian pharaohs all the way to our closets today, it makes you wonder, right? Could this ancient fabric, this symbol of purity, actually be a huge part of the future of sustainable fashion? It's definitely something to think about the next time you reach for that perfect linen shirt.